is evolving to embrace climate-smart agriculture, sustainable use, and promoting agroecological practices. To inclusive and sustainable circular economy by promoting all sectors. Honorable Ministers, distinguished delegates, the AU Climate Change and Resilient Development Strategy and Action Plan of 2020 to access and effectively is the Great Green Wall Initiative. This Great Green Wall Initiative stands as Africa's iconic of the Great Green Wall Initiative to discuss how we can jointly and effectively host a biodiversity summit. This summit aims also to harness vast potential for food security, livelihoods generation, governance strategy and implementation plan has been developed to address existing governance gaps, enhance coordination and friendly goods and services. We are working to ensure that environmental consideration are deeply in springboard for scaling up youth-focused unprecedented collaboration among stakeholders. And secure a dignified future is now. Let us move forward hand in hand towards an Africa.
Merci Excellence pour votre désolé, on me dit que le docteur Kevin.
Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Le docteur Kevin.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Je vais parler à la fois en anglais et en français, donc pour ceux qui ont besoin de leur sustainable environment, From Amsen and dear colleagues, from UNEP. It's very nice to be back. Kamal Tolba, Amsen was born. I am proud to stand here today, France. Amsen was right to make the fight against desertification. Widespread admiration by securing the adoption of the United Nations Convention to combat desertification. Timber and non-timber forest products, fishery inestimable value. At its extraordinary session held in Abidjan last year, ce proverbe résume bien l'histoire de la conférence ministérielle africaine sur l'environnement. CMAE. Défendant ainsi les intérêts stratégiques du continent, dans les négociations multilatérales.
Form environmental policies into drivers for economic transformation. 2. This needs to change. Another African proverb's own stories when it comes to environmental financing. in transformation of mechanisms and conditions to access investment for a just security and peace. When land is suffering on energy within land and ecosystems which have placed the hat on the knee. Therefore, we need to play our cards right.
Merci.
Thank you, Executive Secretary.
Excellencies, honorable ministers, distinguished participants, the GEF is proud to serve as a trusted and reliable global biodiversity framework. These investments have enabled and representing approximately and actually over 1/10 of this vast nations. The GEF is a partnership that works with recipient countries, freshwater and marine ecosystems, and their rich biodiversity, that decides alone what to fund. No, rather the GEF is a threat. So are the resources provided to you through the GEF under threat. Compromise our environment to meet growing human needs. Stand with us to achieve. The GEF mobilizes under 5% of global commitments by donor countries. So much. Global environmental financing. Creating new funds on evidence. The GEF reports regularly. The Multilateral Organization Performance Assessment Network, which in 2025-6. Our GEF 9 replenishment meetings began in May of this year and in October of this year. We and South Africa, who are both. We hope that this privileged opportunity to join you at AMCEN 20 to reaffirm our partnership with
Rudy.
President and Minister of Environment of the State of Libya, Your Excellency Moses Vilakati, Commissioner of Agriculture, Rural Development, Kenya, the floods in Nigeria and Cameroon, and conflicts in part of the Sahel that left people desperate. Emergency, an economic crisis, a humanitarian disaster. Emergency, an economic crisis, a humanitarian disaster, and an convener of ministers, bridging regions, building conversations, bridging regions, building conversations, bringing African countries together to establish shared positions on critical issues, including climate change, natural resources. To overcome these hurdles, we must strengthen AMCEN's capacity and let AMCEN at 40 be remembered not just as a milestone, but as a turning point, a moment we rose about Change Act to the sustainable to heal the land and protect biodiversity. These steps reflect Kenya continues to shape global environmental policies and advance affairs. Take some time to walk around Karura Forest. Africa is not waiting to be rescued. We are rising.
Pour moi, un honneur et un plaisir. Premier secrétaire, pour moi, un honneur et un plaisir. Premier secrétaire du cabinet de la République du Kenya a prononcé son discours.
And also the president at this session, executive director of UNEP, Ibrahim Thiaw, outgoing executive secretary, countries represented today. Countries represented today. It is a great honor to address this distinguished assembly. Great honor to address this distinguished assembly at the opening of the 20th audit, and so does 20th audit, and so does to host you in a country renowned for its rich heritage. To host you in a country renowned for its rich heritage, breathtaking geographical. The year 2025, breathtaking geographical. The year 2025 offers a timely moment to reflect on 4 decades. Offers a timely moment to reflect on 4 decades of progress, deeply concerning. Just 4 concerning. Just 4 months ago, the world at the risk of extinction. At the risk of extinction. Pollution is intensive. Pollution is intensive. Of environmental challenges are threatening. Poverty reduction efforts. Poverty reduction efforts. Guidance on Africa's common position to these environmental challenges. On sustainable and climate resilient financing in shaping Africa's green future. In shaping Africa's green future. These sub-themes to further anchor Nairobi's role as a global environmental hub, confirm UNEP as the permanent home of the bold legal and policy frameworks aimed at addressing climate change and a wide range of environmental. The United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, and the sustainable design of the new green building within the 100s and actionable successful ministerial session. May our collective efforts
Merci beaucoup, Excellence. Merci beaucoup, Excellence, Monsieur le Président. Merci beaucoup, Excellence, Monsieur le Président. Nos travaux, ma montre faisant foi. Ma montre faisant foi.